People always talk about the golden era of this, the golden era of that. In what golden era are we right now? The third golden age of astronomy. Space-based telescopes that are in operation and planned are amazing, and the planned ground-based telescopes are super powerful, discovering new exoplanets and potentially exomoons in the near future, distant objects that we could have never have seen before. It truly is a new golden age. Honestly, we are in the golden age of DIY. A single YouTube video can teach you how to take out your whole car engine. A cheap kit from Amazon can give you everything you need to start leatherworking. A million tutorials and patterns are out there for all sorts of knitting and croquet. 1,000 videos will teach you how to pour an epoxy resin live edgewood table. The trouble with all of this is that unless you are doing it for yourself, there are also 100 other ways someone else is doing it cheaper. For everyone making a hand-knitted sweater, there are a million being made in a factory for significantly cheaper. Not bad living though if you have some sort of internet connection, work from home job, and want to live in the middle of nowhere, and make most things yourself, and walk down the mountain to a P.O. box to pick up an Amazon shipment for everything else. Everyone commenting negative stuff kinda missing the point of how golden era is normally used. For me, we're in a golden age of accessibility to music making. The quality of cheap instruments is at an all-time high, tons of options for free DAWs and plugins, and with the internet being a platform to share and collaborate, I feel like there's never been a better easier time producing high-quality music. The other edge of that sword is oversaturation, making it harder to make it, but I don't feel that's a bad thing as music increasingly becomes a more personal thing than a wider cultural thing and music tastes become more niche. Music streaming, at least for the consumer, you can buy one subscription and stream pretty much anything, unlike television and movies which are increasingly segmented across services popping up all the time. It may not stay this way as most artists are getting paid peanuts. I would say glass. We can create massive sheets of essentially perfect glass and cover our buildings with them, sometimes even able to stop bullets. We can put it on a phone or watch and have them be durable and survive drops. We can stretch it into thin fibers and send light signals around the world to transmit information. Access to knowledge. Yes, there's a lot of misinformation and stuff to sift through, but if you're dedicated and a critical thinker, you can get an advanced degree level of knowledge for free on virtually any topic. I've learned more in the last few years by reading, watching YouTube, and listening to podcasts than I did in my PhD program, and on a greater variety of topics: music, history, thermodynamics, calculus, quantum mechanics, literature, etc. And I don't even have that much time to devote to it. I only hope it will continue to be like this when I retire, because that's what I plan to do. Though some would disagree, surely we're in a golden age of horror films. Not only do we have more access to the classics now than ever before, but new films come out with regularity that are perfectly watchable and enjoyable. There's also lots of content creators making horror content on YouTube, etc. to help surface films and find interesting things. If you transported a horror fan from 1985 to today and showed them nothing but the horror scene, they would surely be very impressed. Technology, and how quickly it is advancing. There are so many things that you can buy one year, and come next year the current version of it will be at least 10x better. Golden era of rapid scientific progress, hands down. In 10,000 years of recorded history, there's nothing like the last 200 years, heck, there's nothing like the last 20 years. The cultural psychology of the current moment in history is defined by everyone taking for granted that next year, everything will be more advanced than the last, and again the year after that, and so on. After 100,000 years of unchanging agricultural practices, we're now at a moment in history where we have tools that any historical person would see as magic, and those tools come with the assumption that next year there will be an even better one. Craft beers. If you are a beer drinker, you probably don't have to go far to get some good craft beer. Games that aren't considered Hellworld, Helldivers 2, Balatros, Last Epoch, Unicorn Overlord, etc. Golden area of gummy candies. There are like 6 flavors of Sour Patch Kids with various sour ranges and flavors: Skittles, Nerds, Jolly Rangers, and every fruity thing has not one, but several types of gummy candies. Hard shell, soft shell, ropes, clusters, anything you could possibly imagine, there is a gummy candy that fits that urge. Golden era of scams. Automobile tires. Really, when was the last time you had a flat tire? In the 60s, 70s, 80s it was just expected. Believe it or not, world peace and global stability. We will look back on these years as the end of an era. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. Golden age for conspiracy theories. People were ignorant and gullible in the past, but social media has made the conspiracy theories infinitely more accessible. Mental illness.